Hey, what's up, outdoor enthusiasts? Professional outdoor photographer David Johnston here for Outdoor Photography Guide. Today we're talking about the OM system OM-5. I'm going to be showing you why it's such a good option for your outdoor photography, all that coming up. Now, why am I so obsessed with the OM-5 from OM system? It's the little brother from the OM-1, but there's really nothing little about this camera except for its size. Who's this camera made for? It's really made for those outdoor enthusiasts and hobbyists who love to get outside, go camping, go hiking, go backpacking, and they want a camera to document their adventure. The camera itself doesn't take up a lot of room, but that doesn't mean that it's any less of a camera than any other one on the market. This takes up less room because it's designed to go anywhere with you and do anything that you want it to do. While it is a tiny little camera to use, it has great lens options that we're going to get into in just a little bit. But the main power of this camera comes in with its durability. It has an IP53 weather rating, just like the OM-1, which I actually sprayed down with ample amounts of water and it still worked. And this one has the exact same weather sealing on it. So you never need to worry about it not working in unideal situations and conditions. I don't know about you, but I worry about my camera gear all the time, but I've never had to worry about this camera not functioning how it's supposed to due to weather or different conditions. I always know that it's going to be up to the challenge, which I love. It gives me a huge peace of mind. Now, I really can take this camera anywhere, and that's what it's designed to do. Whether I'm going on a day hike like I'm going on today and just have this day hiking backpack, or if I'm going backpacking and I have something like a 50-liter to a 70-liter backpack on, I know this camera and its lens options are going to fit inside for me in there. Not to mention that this is a great camera if you want to get out on the trail on your mountain bike or any other outdoor activity that you like to do. This camera can definitely handle those things, and that's why I love it so much. This backpack is pretty small. It's a 28-liter backpack, but this camera barely takes up any room in it at all. And again, I don't have to worry about weather sealing because this is the toughest camera that I've ever used. Since I have my bag out, let's talk about lens options for this camera really quick. This is the OM System 12 to 45. This is actually a 1.4 lens. And these lenses are just fantastic glass. Now, obviously this would be your wide angle option, but it doesn't stop there. These lenses are tiny and compact and durable, just like the camera. On the OM-1 here, I have a different lens that you can change from the OM-1 to the OM-5. This is a 20mm 1.4. And then lastly, in the front pocket of my backpack here, I have the telephoto lens option. These lens options, as this the largest lens that I have for this camera, just really small, compact, durable, and can do the job and has great glass inside. Now, I've talked a big game about the OM-5, so let's put it to the test. Let's look at those lenses and see what it can actually do in the field. So the first shot that I'm going to put to the test is one of the cool features called live ND mode. And you may be saying, hey, with an ND, a neutral density filter, number one, you need a filter. Number two, you need a tripod to keep your camera still. Well, with this camera, you know how it's designed to go anywhere and do anything. It's actually built in, so I don't need a filter on it, and it actually stabilizes for super sharp images, so I can actually handhold this with the ND and not have to worry. There's a little bit of motion in this water. Let's test it out and see how it does. So we just took this shot with a 2-second exposure using the live ND feature that kind of just lengthens your exposure, and this is putting an ND8 onto the lens to balance that light out for you. I didn't have to use a tripod or anything, meaning you get to carry less gear and get more out of your camera without all of the unnecessary stuff. Next, I'm going to test this camera's dynamic range ability with the HDR feature, where it's going to take multiple exposures in one shot and then combine them all into a single frame using the HDR feature. Now, there are a lot of different HDR features. I'm going to be using HDR1 here, where it takes 4 pictures at once at different exposures and composites them automatically into a high contrast image. As you can see behind me, there's a lot of contrast here, bright light, but it's a really nice forest scene, and I want to test this camera out. So it just combined and created this photo for me, but take you through what this actually looks like. If you have it set, you can just turn it to what you're shooting at. You can expose, focus, and just takes 4 shots right in a row and then combines them in your camera for you. It's that easy. So for the next shot, I'm going to be testing out the high res feature. Now, if you've been concerned about the size of this camera and maybe the sensor size of it being micro 4/3, don't be at all, because this high res feature is really cool. Maybe you want to take a lot of photos so you can sell as prints. You can definitely print them because the high res photo combines multiple frames into a 50 megapixel image that has a lot of resolution. I'm going to be trying it with this really difficult low light situation to see how it performs. So since this is a tunnel shot with a lot of vertical trees, I'm just going to set this up in a vertical line and photograph straight down here. Now with the high res, it takes a second to take the shot, but then it just creates a new file. Let's see how it works. Too easy, already combining all of these photos into one file so that you don't have to do it in post. Let's see how that actually looks. So as you can see, this photo looks really nice. That's the beauty of this OM-5. And I took photos at all different variations, all different lighting, and I just carried this around with no tripod. It can go anywhere, it can do anything. So again, if you're an outdoor hobbyist and enthusiast, you want to take a camera with you hiking, backpacking, camping, bike riding, kayaking, anything like that. This camera is going to be a great fit for your lifestyle because it takes great photos. Number one is what we all want, but it also doesn't limit you to any condition. It doesn't limit you to any activity. Bag the OM-5, I know I will be.